Hello lovely people, it's Cara here and I am so mad. Welcome back to my channel. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I've absolutely loved meeting new people. I say meeting, that is in the virtual sense, new people from the sewing community, and I'm honoured to be working on a collaboration today with The Baker That Sews. So I'm absolutely certain lots of you know of her already, but please, if you don't and haven't seen her video, then do, I'll put all the details below. The Baker That Sews, lovely Liz, is a fellow YouTuber. And we both share an obsession with the Tilly and the Buttons Make It Simple book. So much so that actually Liz from The Baker That Sews has done a whole YouTube video on the makes that she's made from this book. So I will link to that below. It's a fabulous video and gives you lots of inspiration and shows you just how versatile the patterns are that Tilly has created. So when I saw that video, I thought, well, what fun we could have if we chose a pattern out of the book that we both know and love, or chose a pattern that we hadn't worked on before, and we then show you one pattern two ways. Now, when I looked back over our footage and in discussion with Liz, we both decided that neither of us had made the Safiya Playsuit. I'll show you the picture here. There we go, so that's the Playsuit. As you can see from the line drawing, it's a beautiful crossover front. It's a faux wrap, but it's the same construction as the Safiya trousers in that it's an elastic waist at the back. And we decided we'd do this one pattern in two different ways. So I haven't seen, and I don't know what fabric Liz will be using in her design, and I thought I'd share with you my sort of creative process, if you like, on what I have in mind. So, knowing what pattern I'm going to make, I'm going to share with you some fabric suggestions or thoughts that I've got. And they're just here beside me, as ever. I have shown you these fabrics in my recent fabric haul. If you haven't had a chance to look at that, then please do have a look. I'll link in it below. But so first up is potentially this lovely viscose fabric. I just thought this would be so soft and cool for a summer play suit. Before you sort of hold judgment on which fabric you think I should use, because in a moment I'm going to share with you some ideas I've got for the pattern. So that's the first potential choice. The next one is this fabulous red. And actually, when this came in the post, my instant thought was, yeah, this would be perfect for what I have in mind. But again, just hold thought, hold judgment. Oh, love this fabric, love the colour. And finally, I thought the khaki viscose could make a real statement piece. But actually, either of the plain fabrics probably would make it more of an everyday wear as opposed to sort of something, you know, really out there. But oh, just lovely fabrics. All three of them are just wonderful designs. So what are my thoughts on the pattern? Now, hopefully I've put one on the floor. Hang on a sec. I had it all neatly stacked and then it's disappeared. So yeah, so as I show you, okay, so the line drawing here. So it's a shorts play suit. Now my first idea would be to add the trousers, the Safiya trousers that you'll have seen me make in the past. Let me just get so the line drawing for those. You can see the Safiya trousers are actually sort of an ankle length wide trouser. So far we're thinking crossover top and longer trousers. That doesn't seem too much of a change. But actually the jumpsuit itself has a kimono sleeve. You can see that from the pictures there. And I'm thinking, maybe I could change that out a little bit. I do like, although I'm not always that keen on having my arms on show, I do like a sleeveless item. Now you've seen this before. This is the Now and Then Patterns Beach Pyjamas. And I'm actually thinking about making it sleeveless, although this is actually a very slight cap sleeve on the design here. So I thought it would be quite fun. I think I could play around with the pattern and adapt it slightly to have, I literally think you could maybe chop the sleeve off and I probably could finish that with either a self-made bias binding or a bias binding, just like it is in this beach pyjama pattern. So that's my thoughts so far, and as we go through the process of this video, I'm actually going to be, so obviously I'm sharing with you now the pattern itself, why we're doing it, who I'm doing it with. I've shared with you the pattern designs. When I get to actually making up and sewing it, I may well share some footage with you midpoint, maybe some fit adjustments I'm doing, but this whole video will be the story and journey of the jumpsuit itself, or the playsuit itself, all up until the completion actually, which is quite exciting. So I shall stop it there, and I'll see you next time when I'm actually in the midst of the project. See you soon. Okay, you rejoin me, different day, different outfit. I'm in a molly top with a fabric I got in a D-stash sometime last year. The weather has changed quite a bit since the last time I saw you. It's very windy and blustery. How very English of me to talk about the weather. Okay, so what did I decide? I took you on my sort of early thinking of the creative process. We looked at a few fabrics. I talked to you over the pattern that we're working on, and nothing's changed there. So we're still working from the. This is the basis of our project. Is the Safiya Playsuit, and both Liz and I, Liz from the Baker That Sews, and I are going to be doing this pattern, and obviously we're doing it in different ways, so it's one pattern, two ways. So out of the three fabrics I had, if you remember, I had a black viscose with a beautiful pattern on, and then I had a red viscose, a red sort of polyester, quite heavyweight, and then the khaki viscose as well. And this is the fabric I've gone for. Now I don't want to show you too much, I don't want to do the reveal too early, that would cut my video rather short. But yeah, so I've gone for this fabric, which is very exciting. And then I do like a jumpsuit, as you know, so I've gone, in my mind's eye, at this stage in the process, I've gone for the crossover top, so very, very similar to the book here. Here we go. Yeah, so the crossover top, and then actually I have just put these Safiya trousers, I'm going to put the Safiya trousers on the bottom half. And now the great thing about Tilly's book is at every point and every pattern, she does have a section called Make It Your Own, and that's very much one of the patterns or suggestions that Tilly has. And I also, when I was talking to you last, thought I was going to crop the sleeve, because I do like a sleeveless item. But actually, when I was cutting out the pieces and things, I thought actually no, I'm going to leave the sleeve length as it is. So as it stands, I've gone for exactly what Tilly suggests in the book, which is the crossover top and the Safiya trousers. So loving how it's coming out so far. Now I love to make the most out of my fabric, and I had 3 meters of fabric. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Okay, so 3 meters of fabric, and that is all I have left. Now I can assure you, for reasons that will become clear as you go through the video, that there is nothing here that is of any size or quantity. Now don't get me wrong, I probably could make a scrunchie out of this, and I don't have much call for scrunchies in my life, and my daughter Molly already has a scrunchie collection that well, would envy the scrunchie queen, whoever she is. Just put that in my bin, it's just there. So I have used every inch of that fabulous 3 meters of fabric I had, and I'll pop some pictures up here of my, I think they call it fabric Tetris, where you sort of place the pattern pieces out, and actually I thought I'd done really well, and then I forgot that I hadn't cut any pockets out. Now the pockets themselves in the trousers and the dungarees, it's a really long pattern piece, and actually this is adaptable for the dungarees as well as the trousers. So if you're making the dungarees, you keep this top section in, and if you're making the trousers, then you fold it down, and there's a notch here that aligns to the side of the trousers, so you can see how lovely and long these pockets are. They're fabulous. But actually, as you can see in the picture, I didn't have that much space, so I actually made them a lot shorter, so they're actually sort of square. but nonetheless a very generous pocket indeed. So once I'd remembered to cut the pockets out, I thought, what else can I do? And I like to make use of the fabric, so I have cut a few more things out, and I'll share with you a little bit later on in the process what else I've made out of my fabric. So how did I get on with the jumpsuit itself? I was a bit nervous actually, because it's a woven fabric. I've only made, so most of the jumpsuits I've made are wrap over, so the beach pyjamas, which I know a lot of you will know more as you know, the Sadie jumpsuit, that's it. So you've got a wrap over, so you get in and out with the space that you create before you wrap it. With the Playsuit, you're reliant on there being enough ease in the crossover, and also obviously the elastic at the back. So I'm not going to lie, I was actually a little bit nervous about making this, and as well as cutting into such a beautiful fabric. But I went with my gut feel. I did what most people do. I searched on Instagram for some other people that made it, and actually I did ask a couple of people some questions, and nobody really seemed to have too many issues with it, so I cracked on regardless and went for it. Made up the jumpsuit, and I'm going to share you some pictures in a little while, so fear not, they're coming. I made the jumpsuit, but as predicted, the wriggle into it was a little bit tighter than I could have anticipated, I think. So I've, in the end, have made a few adjustments. So I decided at this juncture it's probably best to go and pop the item on so that you could see what I was talking about. So I was talking about the sort of the wriggle into, and I'm going to stand up so you can see it a little better. So this is the final item, and I will pop some pictures up in here of me so you can see it full length. So you've got the lovely crossover here. Now for me that doesn't gape at all, which is lovely. But as you can see instantly, I've made a few modifications here. So let me share those with you. So I originally put the elasticated casing in at the back. I then decided to take it out, and then in order to nip it in the waist, I decided to make a belt, because actually the Safiya dungarees don't have the elasticated waist in, and as it's all the same bodice block, I figured actually if I make a belt, then it'll be the same style fit, and I can cinch my waist in using the belt. So that's exactly what I've done. So you can see, so it's quite a wide fit, and that makes the getting into a lot easier. And then obviously tie it, and there you go, it's cinched in. And it's, I've got to tell you, it's so, for me, my personal experience of this, that is so much more comfortable, and I'm really, really pleased. As you see, I kept the sleeves in their original format, and actually I think it looks kind of Japanese in some way. This is sort of Oriental or something. I'm probably not using the right style lines there. I don't want to offend anybody with that, but yeah, it's kind of Oriental somehow or other, which I really like. But oh my goodness, you would laugh. So I showed you my pile of scraps that I have left for this project. So as I'm standing there, I'm thinking, how can I amend this? How can I fix it? I think, I know, I'll make a belt. And then I looked at the pile of scraps and thought, that's going to be interesting. So I will show you a picture of the process of this, because it is, I find the whole thing amusing, and it's one of the things I love about dressmaking the most, is that you come up with an idea and then you have to create the solution. So, and I'm really sorry for those sewing purists out there. Look away, turn away. This is, you're gonna just turn in your grave at what I've done here. But basically, I set out all the tiny scraps of fabric I had left. I used my ruler and I basically cut out strips. So this is some of the fabric that's left. I basically cut out strips. I put them at right angles to each other. Again, I'll put a picture in here. And I created myself a belt. So this is the belt. That's the width of it. Just put them right sides together, zip down the long side, and it is a really long belt actually. And I just eyeballed it. I just literally kept stitching them together until I thought, yeah, that looks about right. Tried it on, thought, no, I'm going to add a little bit more. So a really organic process. but it makes me beam all over that I came up with a solution, because I just love this fabric, and I do absolutely love the piece now that I've made amendments to it. And as you'll see, I showed you the pockets. You're not going to be able to see them very well, so they are much smaller than the original design. But you know, that's the beauty of it, and I think that's the essence, the spirit of what Tilly is saying. You know, make it and then make it your own. I think that's the whole premise of it, which I find really exciting. So I hope you like it, and we'll actually go in a minute to we'll get a reaction from Liz, which I'm really excited about. But I did say to you that as I like to make the most of my fabric, I actually decided, whilst all my fabric was laid out, why not do make the most of the opportunity. And as the Safiya Playsuit can actually also be just the shorts, I thought, why not? Let's make yourself some shorts. And you know the bit I said in a couple of videos ago, I think it was Hello Summer, yeah, said I don't need any more camisoles in my life. That didn't last long, did it? So I made myself a little pair of Safiya Playsuit shorts, which I'll pop some footage of me so you can see them. And I might have made another camisole. And actually I love this little set actually, because it could either be pyjamas if I'm going away somewhere or something like that, or it's just absolutely perfect for the sort of weather we've been having recently. There's Alice in the background saying hello. It's all go in my videos today, sorry about that. So I really enjoyed that. So basically I've made, let's recap, I've got one pattern 3 ways actually. So we've got lovely Safiya Playsuit with the trouser option. I made myself a camisole, and I got a pair of shorts there, all out of 3 meters. And also I meant to say to you actually, I love the curved, can't put it the right way. I love the curved bottom on the camisole here, but I am not good at getting a curved hem going on anything actually. So my preferred method of finishing that is to use bias binding. So again, I use those strips that I was talking about. I use the strips that I was talking about here to make some bias binding, which then in turn allowed me to finish the, can you see that? Finish the underside of my camisole. So instead of doing a hem, I've bias bound it, which I just think is a lovely neat finish anyway. And it then, now I don't know if you can see the curve, it enabled me to keep the curve in the hem, which I know it being black is really hard to see anyway at the best of times. But all in all, really happy with my makes, and it just gives me such versatility. In all honesty, had this not worked, the beauty of how you construct this the playsuit is actually the trousers are constructed almost entirely before you, well, they are made entirely, and then you put the top half on top of it. So had this not worked, I could have taken this wrap suit off and just still had the trousers, but as it turns out, I'm really pleased. So the exciting piece now is in this virtual world, I'm going to be able to go live to Liz now. When we were thinking about doing this, I said to her, wouldn't it be lovely to actually have your reaction? And in a number of the videos I watch of a similar ilk to this, you'd actually get then to see the two makers meet, and they're in a coffee shop, they're having tea, having some cake, and they're like talking about what each other have made. I can't do that at the moment, but here's the next best thing. So I have ahead of both of our releases of this, I have taken some footage, I've shown Liz the jumpsuit, and we now go live to her for her reaction on the playsuit that I've made.
Hi Cara, so I've just looked at your video with your big reveal and I absolutely love what you've done. I think the whole look just completely suits you. I love the fabric that you've chosen, and I love that you've taken the elastic out. Although you said it was to do with the fit, I think it just looks beautiful that you've added the tie around the waist and it really cinches it in. And of course you've got pockets included in your jumpsuit. I mean, who doesn't love a pocket? I think it looks absolutely beautiful and it really suits you, so well done. It looks like a fantastic make. You've kept the wrap, which really suits you, and like I said, I think the fabric that you've chosen is absolutely beautiful, and the full length looks really comfortable. It looks really stylish on you, so well done. Thank you so much for this collaboration. I've really enjoyed the whole creative process from the beginning right to the end, and I hope everybody else has enjoyed watching our collaboration and our decisions around what we were going to do with the make and our finished products. Look forward to speaking to you again soon, and hopefully there'll be lots more collaborations in the future. Who knows? But yeah, congratulations on another beautiful make. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Isn't it just so lovely to hear Liz's reaction? I haven't seen hers yet as I'm filming this, and I can't wait to be able to see what she's made too. It really has been the loveliest experience. Yeah, it's been great fun, and I hope you found it useful with our sort of creative process and how you can adapt one pattern not once but twice and maybe more. Who knows? I don't know what Liz has done, so I'm really excited to see that. Don't forget to tune into her channel, The Baker That Sews, in order to see her version of events too. And coming up next from me is going to be a hashtag challenge being run by Danny from A Pocket or Two, and also Sian from Kittenish Behaviour. They've both set up a hashtag for Show Me Your Stash 2020, and so I'm going to be taking you through some questions that will help you understand that. Yeah, so looking forward to that. That comes out on Sunday. Until then, please stay safe and well. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any action. Interestingly, 50% of you who watch aren't subscribed, so please don't be shy. I don't bite, so don't miss out on some lovely content. And yeah, please just hit the subscribe button. Much appreciated. See you soon. Bye.